In December of 1776, George Washington needed a victory. Not wanted, not, hey, it'd be nice if I could just get a win, yo, but he needed it. He had suffered humiliating defeats at the hands of the British. He didn't have money to pay his soldiers, he didn't have supplies, and enlistments were expiring at the end of the year. If George Washington's Continental Army did not get a victory before the end of December, his little rebellion was toast. And so what did George Washington do? He went out and got his victory. Now, there was a river in between his victory, and that river had ice in it, but that didn't stop him from getting that victory. So just like George Washington, if you want to be successful in APUS history, you have got to do some things to survive and get your victory. So let's talk about some of those things, and much appreciation to all of the people on Twitter who gave helpful advice. Now, first of all, the most common thing that people say is do your readings. All right, this is not a course that most people can be successful in without doing readings outside of class. That really this exam and your success on it and your success in this course depends on you, and it depends on what you do outside of class, that you are setting aside time to do the assigned readings. These readings aren't being assigned just because your teacher is amused by it. These readings are being assigned because you need to do this in order to retain this material for the exam. So, most important thing, do your readings. Then, pay attention in class, all right? If you go into class and you're not using that time and you're not being attentive to your teacher who's trying to help you, then you're losing out on a lot. You've got hours in the week that are set aside just to prepare you for this exam. And so if you're not paying attention, then you're not getting what you need to get. So make sure that you are doing what you need to do outside of class, but also making the most of your class time. Now, in order to do that, ditch the cell phone, all right? Whether you are in class, don't just have it face down on your desk or something like that. A lot of teachers have a cell phone charging station. I'm sure that if you asked your teacher, is there a place I can put my phone during class so it doesn't distract me and it's not an option? I'm sure that they would love to help you. Now, when you're doing your readings, put your phone in another room and give yourself some 20-minute blocks of time where you are focused on APUS history. So, cell phone addiction is a thing, all right? The research is making that pretty clear. Get away from it, all right? Spend some time away from your phone focused on APUSH. Now, use available resources. I know I have a lot of videos on YouTube. There are other people that have videos as well. There's Quizlet. There's all kinds of stuff on the internet for free. And also, if you have some money to pay for it, get Albert.io or certainly Fiveable, who's sponsoring this video. Great opportunity for some extra reviews there. I've got an app. There are other review apps and stuff like that. And also, you might get a hold of a prep book or something like that. So whether it's free resources, paid resources, or a combination of the two, use available resources. Now, with all of these resources out there, take responsibility. All right, this is your exam to pass, and that's going to make the difference. A lot of people say, oh, well, my teacher didn't teach this or something like that. And it's like, no, it's your responsibility if you want to be successful. Your teacher's somebody who is there to help you and is going to get you part of the way there, but it's not your teacher's responsibility to get you the entire way there. And so take responsibility for this exam and your success in the course, and do what you have to do that. A lot of people recommended, group chat, stuff like that, making sure that your friends are holding you accountable, that you're holding them accountable. The desire to pass. All right. I think this is so important because when it comes down to it, a lot of people wouldn't mind passing, but they don't really have the desire, the ganas, as the teacher on Stand and Deliver says, that when people don't care if they pass or not, like they really it's just they're indifferent about it, they're probably not going to pass. So the desire to pass, I've seen that has separated a lot of students just because this person, it mattered to them. Even a person who was not willing to put forth a lot of effort, they really wanted to pass. And sometimes it makes the difference, when somebody else is going in there and they really couldn't care less whether they pass the exam or not. Follow advice from people who know what they're talking about, whether it's your teacher, whether it's a friend who's taken the class previously or something like that. When your teacher says, write this essay this way, or this is how to write a thesis statement, this is how to organize it. Oh, well, I'd rather do it this way. Well, the thing is, your teacher's being paid like a professional to prepare you for this exam. And so whether it's for this exam or just in life, just in general, follow advice from people who know what they're talking about and have done this before. Now, don't just follow advice. Take the initiative and ask for help when you need it. Whether that's, again, from a peer, from your teacher. A lot of teachers, if you are in Miss Perkinson's class, I hear she treats her students like her own children. Your teachers want you to pass, and you're typically not inconveniencing them when you ask, hey, is there a time that I could come in and get some extra help or some extra feedback on this essay? Your teacher would be happy that somebody actually cares. So ask for help when you need it. Keep a positive attitude. Now, I know people are going to complain, and you're going to complain. If this is not a struggle and there's nothing to complain about, then you're probably not preparing right. But by and large, keep a positive attitude and think about this as something that you are very much capable of doing. The next thing that goes hand in hand with this is a serious attitude. Now, year after year, and individual actual students of mine might think that I'm throwing shade at them, but I'm not, because this is part of every class that any teacher is taught. There are always students in there that are just goofing around all the time. They don't have a serious attitude. Everything that they offer, it's not like they offer some things that are serious and once in a while they make a joke, but it's just everything is a joke and nothing is serious. And more often than not, that student does not pass the exam, or maybe that student makes a 3 when they could have made a 5. A serious attitude is a must on this thing. But in the midst of having a serious attitude, have fun. Look at memes. Make memes if you feel like you're up to it. And, there are a lot of jokes that you're going to get as a result of taking this class. So there certainly is a time for levity and fun, but remember that first of all, you are trying to pass an exam and get college credit and make a good grade in the course, so keep it serious as well. Now also, remember, refuse to fail. Don't make it an option. Don't give yourself any excuses. Oh, my teacher didn't do this or that. Just like Washington could have been like, there's ice in that water. Come on, okay? There's ice in it. Just go and get your victory. And if you are not willing to go to the lengths that George Washington was willing to go to get a victory, then you're probably not going to get a victory. Now, keep in mind, once George Washington got to Trenton, it was just a handful of drunk Hessians on Christmas morning. It wasn't that hard to get the victory once he got there because he put in the work on the way. So with all of these things in mind, let's be successful. Let's get that victory. And remember, everyone, this year is 5-able.